But there you go. There's a save as well. So you're going to have 2 saves coming through now. Abaddon and the Dazzle. I really like this pickup. There's still flexibility. I mean, both Shaman, Abaddon, and Dazzle can be played as a 3. Dazzle can be played as a 2 as well. I know Shaman 3 has kind of fallen off a lot. I'm presuming it will be a Dazzle 3, but... And that helps you with save, doesn't help you with lockdown. So now TNC, they can pick a hero that can, you know, just split push the map right now. Someone... You could Weaver, I guess, for the minus armor. Very good. And the Sakuchi just being able to split push out the map. Lena's great. But of course, going back to they already have an OD. I still think a Darkseer would be really good for the side of TNC. I like Darkseer with an Earth Spirit. You chuck that you chuck the Iron Shell on the Earth Spirit in the laning stage. It gives him so much damage as soon as he rolls forward. And of course, he has multiple stuns as well if he goes for the Orb of Venom. Of course, that's just another stun to add up with the kick. Really, really like Darkseer paired up with melee position 4s. Just, it buffs him so much with the Iron Shell and the Surge as well. And, I mean, that means you're going to be going into melee matchup for Terrorblade. Yes, he can be in the range form with the Metamorphosis, but it's pretty long cooldown. I'll pick a Jug early, though. This is a interesting Jug. I think he's got to go for a Blink this game. And... probably a Mjolnir to deal with the Terrorblade illusions. But I'd like to see Jug go for a Blink to catch the Dazzle and the Shaman on the backline. It's not the easiest to blow up a Terrorblade throughout the Omnislash, especially if he has, you know, Manta illusions and his Conjure illusions as well. They tank up the Omnislash, and of course you're going to be able to get the Sunder off as well on, you know, friendlies if they're in the area or enemies. But at least like we spoke about, I mean, Neon, they're already lacking lockdown. And without any magic immunity lockdown. And there's the Darkseer ban from Neon. So I think if you're TNC, you pick up a Brewmaster here. The spell was very good against the Terrorblade. You're also going to be able to dispel off the minus armor from that Dazzle. And you wind walk in, you either cycling up the Shaman for the control, then that means Neon have no control, or the Dazzle for the save. So I think Brew would be crazy good for TNC. For the side of Neon though, I presume they're looking for their mid laner. Although, how does Dazzle go against OD mid? I'm not sure about the matchup. It could be okay. I don't know if they want to pick a Dazzle mid, though, against OD. They banned the Beastmaster, so that... Okay, so they do think Dazzle's going to be mid, and the Beastmaster helps out with the Magic Immunity lockdown. So that makes a lot of sense here with that ban. And then, not to mention, I mean, the bonus attack speed for the Terrorblade would be... it's pretty underrated, that the passive, the Inner Beast. Could there be a Pangolier, actually? I don't know if Cuckoo plays Pangolier. I know that hero did get a little bit of a nerf, but the Lucky Shot, crazy good against a Terrorblade. You either disarm or silence. I think Puck probably would have been one of the best offlane matchups, considering there's no lockdown from Neon, but TNC banned it themselves because of the OD matchup. It's understandable. Really thinking Brew or Pangolier. Not sure what they would go for afterwards though. What works? What else am I not thinking of? Brew, Pango. Centaur's kind of a hero that's fallen off like crazy. I don't think there's the Brew. See, yeah, you say 2 heroes and then you have to just think about them like think about other heroes for the minute that you can't keep saying those heroes over and over again. For Neon though, they're looking for a middle. I actually think it might be Dazzle mid against the OD.
10 seconds remaining.
What can they put out? Could they Pango themselves?
5 seconds remaining.
Just seems rough. Tide Hunt off, but you're going into an OD, so you're just food for the Arcane Orb. Well, they need some way to start fights. Like, they have no way to start fights right now at all. It's either the Shaman, who I think has to get a Blink this game. Wow. Okay, they Ursa. Doesn't give you lockdown. I mean, unless... It's a good matchup versus the Jug or the Brewmaster, whichever way you look at it. Alright, that should be good. Mic should be working now. It's frozen for me, the screen, but anyway. I really like TNC's lineup. They deal with the Terrorblade well. They still don't have a lot of lockdown for the Terrorblade. I think the thing is they need to deal with the Dazzle. They need to kill Dazzle, which is a lot of their save. Like I said, Abaddon's save isn't the greatest. It's really going to come down to the Dazzle with the Grave, being able to keep him alive. Rappy should have a pretty good lane though, whether he's up against the Jug or the Brewmaster. At least this Ursa game's not going to get kited as much. I mean, it is a different team playing it. But this Ursa's not going to get kited around a whole lot. Unless Cuckoo solely focuses the Cyclone on the Ursa. Which is possible. I think the plan is if Jug goes like a... You know, like a Maelstrom, Manta, Mjolnir into a Blink to catch the backline. And if he can deal with the Dazzle, then Brew either deals with the Shaman or the or the Ursa. But we are underway. Game 2, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure we have the observe and working. There we go. Tips coming through already. And the pause. That's a good way to start. Whoa, 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 whoa. But already, like we said, I mean, where is Ursa going? He's going to this top side. So they are going to put him up against the Jug. They might try to get first blood, seeing as how Armel's positioning. He can still run back to mid lane. It depends. They do have pretty good first blood potential here. I mean, Armel runs around, sets up with that Astral, easy roll. And then you follow up with the Magic Missile as well. So Cuckoo will be going up against a Terrorblade. This is going to be a pretty good matchup. I wonder if we'll have another tri-lane like we saw last game. I believe it's... I mean, it's a very good favorable matchup for Cuckoo here. If he is solo versus the Terrorblade. He'll probably have to play a passive until Metamorphosis is on cooldown, and then he'll be able to, you know, stay in the lane a lot easier. But once Cuckoo hits 6, that is a big timing for TNC. We'll probably see a rotation from him wrapping underneath. So underneath behind the tier 1 tower and trying to find the Dazzle upon mid. But I actually haven't seen a Dazzle OD matchup. It's going to be interesting to see how it works out. But here we go. Can they... There much kill potential in the lane. I mean, you've got a Shaman and an Abaddon. You can actually run them over here. They're going to try and contend this Bounty Rune play hard. Chuck up the stun here. Rappy will be able to block up the roll. Nicely played from this Ursa. Now they just trade some right clicks through with that Ether Shock. JL is going to rotate through as well. Who gets a Bounty Rune, however. Looks like Tims will be able to pick that one up. They're still man fighting though. The stun's going to connect. They have that Blade Fury. Do they have enough damage, however, for the Shaman? Can they keep him alive? With that Miscoil, the heal will be there. They're going to roll off the mark as well. They'll be fine. It looks like both teams just trading a lot of damage. All that sustain coming through. TNC do pick up 2. Neon are going to pick the other 2 up as well. Last game we had 4. This game it won't be the same case though. 2 apiece early on. And this is the lane we are going to keep our eye on. All the aggression I imagine will be at the top side. There could be some solo kill potential coming through mid. Of course with the, you know, with that Shadow Poison. The Poison Touch, apologies. Oh, I need to get off that.
Your future is grim.
Oops. Play hard. Do they have Orb of Venom? No. So usually when you see an Orb of Venom picked up on the Earth Spirit, that means he's going to be roaming around a lot. But with the Stout Shield, he's going to want to try and stay in lane. Trade some harass here. Doesn't really want to leave. Although there is good roaming potential with the Astral setup mid. So that's interesting to think about. But I guess you can't really leave this Jug in a try matchup. That would be pretty rough. You see Cuckoo. How's he going down bot? 2-0 compared to the 5-0. Scatterbush only got 5 last hits with the Metamorphoses. Maybe he popped it for the Bounty Rune just to pressure back Cuckoo. But like we spoke about, Cuckoo's going to be able to play pretty aggressive now. It's got that Quelling Blade. What's the damage look? They both have the same. Oh, never mind. Terrorblade doesn't have a Quelling Blade just yet. They both have the same base damage. Just comes down to who has the better attack animation. Let's get these last hits. Mid lane armor. It's on alright though, 10-3. We often see ODs have pretty high numbers in the denies just because they're able to manipulate that creep wave. And why I say that is because you have the Astral, not really the creep wave, but manipulate, you know, the other mid laner. You put them under, makes it very easy to go for the denies, even the last hits as well. But here we go. We are actually going to see Tim's rotating through with the invis. I don't think it got scouted out. Mark may have seen the rune, but they don't have any vision in the area. But he's going to make the long wraparound. Might even go bot as well here. Cuckoo only being level 3. And it's going to be a pretty hard dive underneath the tower. I mean, JL, he's got a TP. Where's Mr. Play Hard? He's got a TP as well. So, I mean, with Metamorphosis about to be up in 30 seconds, I don't know. That's a very, very hard kill. I might try for it, though. With 2 points in the Thunderclap, Cuckoo might try and chip him down. But yeah, we don't have First Blood. We're about to hit 3 minutes into the game. Both sides just content with getting their levels, getting their farm as well. Armel's having actually a pretty good time mid. You see the level disparison here. Already 4 compared to Mark being... I mean, he's about to hit 4, but he's not yet. And that's really coming through with the 5 denies compared to that 1. Of course, I imagine OD, majority of the denies would have been on the range creeps. That's when you really see a lot of players start prioritizing their abilities on the range creep just because of how much gold it actually gives you compared to melee creeps. Magic Missile top. They will have the Blade Fury JL. Don't think he's going to be able to escape from this one. And it looks like Gabby is going to pick up First Blood once again, like the first game. Able to bring down JL. Goes for the deny on the creeps with that miscoil, but unable to get it here. More, they're going to make a move down bot as well. Scatterlicious does have the Metamorphosis here. Will there be any rotations? So TP is going to come through, but I don't think it'll be there in time. They have the roll. It's going to stun him up. And now with that shield, Terrorblade, he will be fine. Never mind. So just lacking a little bit of damage here. It's really thanks to, I mean, the Terrorblade having a high amount of armor. A high amount of base armor. So his Agi game 4.8 per level. He's already on, I mean, was 14 armor. At that time of the game, but AU. Magic Missile on the backline here. They're going to get the roll. Will get stunned up, however. Rappy can't block this one again. Play Hard won't fall. Now they'll try and turn their attention here. Just a little bit of chip damage here. You saw Rappy try and blodge the... block the roll. Blodge the roll? You saw Rappy try and block that roll, but I think if he blocked, he probably would have died there, just considering being on top of the Blade Fury, which is level 3. Sorry, level 2. Gabby's level 3. Tim's is actually making movements around the map, which I thought he wasn't going to, but I guess once he forced that rotation from the Abaddon down to the bot lane, then it left top pretty free. And he's got boots now as well. So he's going to be able to move around. We'll try and secure Armel if any rotations come through. We do have the bounty runes though. Tim's going to run straight to Play Hard here. Rappy on the low ground. Gabby's ready and waiting though, but there is a level advantage coming through from the Earth, so they're going to roll forward. Nice shackles, however. Will hold him in place. Will it be enough damage, however? One more right click afterwards, but they will get the Magic Missile now with the Blade Fury. The kick slow is going to be there. Rappy, they should be able to chase it down here, and they might turn their attention to Play Hard here. With the shackles still on cooldown, Gabby's just going to chase him down. Looks like they don't want to dive. They don't see the other support, JL. Looks like he got the rune down bot, so the double damage rune picked up. And he actually put a deep water around this tri-camp, so we see this often. I mean, OD is just falling back to the jungle and farming up with Arcane Orb stacks and the Astral. Of course, Armel isn't high enough level. He might go for a solo kill mid, actually, with the Arcane Orb stacks. Will it be enough? Probably needs one more. He's going to drop the hammer, but Mark will be fine. Doesn't have a point in the grave, and Armel doesn't get that kill. Now, he's got to be careful with turn potential. Does have the mango available with the Poison Touch. But Mark survives. We see this often on ODs, trying to get a outplay in the mid lane with an early point in that ultimate. Once again, some more aggression at this top side. Smoke on the back. They will get the Blade Fury, but Rappy moves pretty fast with the Phase Boots. It's going to dodge the roll here, Play Hard. 2 points in the shackles. Can he get it on Gabby? However, they're going to turn their attention to the Vengeful Spirit here. They'll have the kick. Really won't be able to keep the Venge alive, however. JL will pick that one up. So, 2 for 1 in the kill count. Early on. How's bot going? That's alright. I mean, we spoke about this, that Terrorblade should be able to free farm. But the Brewmaster's going to get a lot out of this lane. I can't turn off my Ubisoft stuff. Because it's coming from... it's coming from Steam. I apologize, guys. With the notifications, but...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh my god. Cuckoo's just going to pull the wave here. They might try and contest this tower. It's not the 10-minute mark, though. So that's often when you see these tower pushes coming through at 10 minutes. Be interesting to see if they try and give Shaman that level... the tome at the 10-minute mark. Just so if they can get the push coming through with the siege wave and the serpent wards, they might be able to take an early tower and even pressure this mid lane. So it will be interesting to see if Neon give it to play hard, but Tims might be in a situation. He's got that kick into the roll, but the shackles from afar. Play hard, gonna be able to lock him in place. And Terrorblade claims that kill. The second point in the shackles, just long enough duration to hold him in. It's a nice find for them. Kill count is even now. You see, I mean, I thought this Dazzle was really going to be able to pressure out Armel in this mid lane, but he's having a great time. 50 and 27. Look at the denies, man. That's crazy. Level 7 compared to, where is the Dazzle? Level 6. That's thanks to all the denies that he's got coming through in the laning stage, but... See, he does have a haster and he might be able to make a play with this. I mean, there we go. He's going to run straight top. And that's the power of having Observer Wards around these runes. Has that ultimate up in around 10 seconds here, but will it be enough? Rappy's still not level 6 though, so the Rage... But it looks like he will be able to sidestep this. Had the Observer Ward on the high ground. So OD won't be able to find the Ursa. They'll be fine, but in the meantime, they're putting pressure on the bot lane Cuckoo. There's that level 6. So the ultimate coming through. He's not going to go mid with it. Instead, they'll try and pressure out this tower. JL will get found. 2 points in the coil. Can he get the deny, though? They need some lockdown. But Cuckoo will be able to get the kill coming through from that Thunderclap. And that's big for them. I mean, you see how they're pressuring. This Brewmaster ultimate is a really big timing for TNC. Just a bunch of damage early on and the lockdown. And it's pretty much a way for the Brewmaster to survive as well, to escape. So I like how they're playing this. Just pretty much forcing Neon to leave this lane. They just can't stay there. But this is okay for the Terrorblade because of how much base armor he has. And we see this often, Terrorblades rotating very early to the jungle. You have the illusions to tank up the jungle creeps and also that armor. It means you don't have to really use a lot of your gold on sustain, which is a key thing. And not to mention as well, with the metamorphoses, I mean, you hit these creeps pretty hard. So there's a few factors that come into it on why Terrorblade is able to rotate back to the jungle very early. It's kind of like the Viper as well with the Nether Toxin. Just it's very efficient for them. And you see a lot of people often give up their mid lane or, you know, safe lane tower just for a support to get experience here. Rap is going to lead forward. Jay on the backline here. Armel. Ashel is on cooldown, but they don't want to walk up the high ground with that shrine there. Although they do have a pretty good Observe Ward. But here we go. 10 minutes coming through. They're going to have the bounty runes play hard. 4.5. Will they give him the tome, though? This will be a big time for them. But that's the thing. I mean, if they go for a push here, TNC, they can definitely fight this because they still have not used a Bruce Split. And Cuckoo, he's already got the Vlads. So the aura coming through is going to give TNC a fair bit of armor to help out against this early, you know, Dazzle levels coming. Of course, that bad Juju with the armor reduction. He's got a medallion as well. So this Vlad's aura is actually going to be super key in taking these early team fights. But you see that Neon are quite content with just giving some time for the Terrorblade. They're going to keep him in the jungle. See the Shaman. Where is the tome? There we go. He has got it. He's about to hit 6 as well. Probably from this creep waves. He's in range as well. This is good for them. And like we spoke about that first Bruce Split, Cuckoo will get scouted out, however. No ward that's... Oh, sorry. There is a ward that spotted him. The Astral. Is it on a... Sorry, I thought it was on an enemy. I wasn't watching. I was trying to check the Observer out. But we see... I mean, it looks like Neon's actually pushing the top side in the meantime. TNC... They're going down in the mid lane. They will rotate top with the Bruce Split. They're going to try and defend this, but play hard. We'll get the shackles from afar. They have the healing ward. Rappy's going to be able to deal with this, though. And with the Omni Slash, they're going to think about fighting. The stun leads into the roll. It'll control up, play hard. He's going to end up falling here. And Armel, he also catches another one. It is Marky Mark. Dazzle doesn't have a point yet in the grave. It's a double kill for Cuckoo. And now they don't have the siege wave. But you can still push this out with the Vlads. Very nice play coming from them. And like we spoke about, I mean, TNC, they pressured out the bot tower. If they forced the fight with that Bruce split, they were probably going to win it, considering there wasn't any Serpent Wards or Neon didn't have their ultimates beforehand. And they're going to keep looking for kills here, JL. With the drums, movement speed, and the phase boots, Gabby, can he get in range? Without that ultimate, the borrowed time, but Scatterlicious is going to be here. It's going to chuck up the image to tank up the Omni Slash. Nicely played from the Terrorblade here, but they don't have a Shrine. They're going to chase him down. The Deny is there. And now Gabby, he made it overstep the mark here, but with the swap, Ayo will be able to keep him teammate alive here. So Gabby runs himself away. AU, sorry. I always struggle with pronouncing his name. In the meantime, though, space for TNC pushing in this mid lane. And this is interesting. Gabby went for the drums. Looks like he wants to be fighting early with his team, but Cuckoo will be able to get the Hex off. They drop the wards for this as well. If they can keep him alive with the healing ward, they're going to try and cut through. But looks like with the shackles, it will hold him in place here. Now, Rappy's going to chase for more with the enrage. Mel has that Astral if need be. AO's in the area as well. They do have to be careful. They'll be fine. So they get the tier 1 tower. They're going to go Roshan with Metamorphosis. I mean, it's about to expire. You do have this Ursa with 3 points in the Fury swipes, and with the minus armor coming through from the Medallion, this is hard to do. Bruce Split won't be up, however, in time. And yeah, Neon, they're going to disengage here. TNC rotating. Mel yet to have the second point up in the ultimate, and still only one in the Arcane Orb stacks. They went for the 3 nulls this game. Interesting. I guess the stats just from Neon running them down. There, Tim's going for a Veil. I think a 4-star would be crazy good this game. Kiting out, because you can imagine Terrorblade's going to go for a Skadi, so he'll have the Reflection slow, and also that Skadi slow as well. And 4-star, just one of the best items at kiting out the Ursa. And also, not to mention, Shackle's just pushing them away. So there are ways to deal with the Ursa this game, and also the minimal lockdown that Neon have. I think Brewmaster is probably going to be forced to go for a Lotus this game, because once TNC run up the high ground here, it's going to be hard to kill the Jug. No magic immunity lockdown, and also if there's a Lotus on top of him here, play hard. Can he get the Hex off in time? Gabby, he's going to just go for the spin TP out, play hard. Just the reactions are not there. Juggernaut will make it out. Survives another day here. You see, with that space, they're going to try and pressure the mid lane here, but TNC really having a rough time at doing this. But JL, enough is enough. He's going to be able to deny this one. AO goes, pump fakes that swap. He really wanted it. Really wanted it. But we briefly spoke about just the power of Neon being able to take Roshan with the Serpent Wards, Ursa, and also the minus armor now coming through from the Dazzle Medallion. But not to mention, I mean, you are going to have the Vlads from the Brewmaster and also the Wave of Terror. That is 8 armor reduction. And Jug takes it pretty fast with his attack speed. Mel's got to be careful though. Play hard's going to try and get in range for the Hex. He won't be able to. Meanwhile, top lane with the Bruce Split. Tim's going to be able to survive. No, they bring him down. So, 2 that damage over time. The poison. Looks like the Grave won't be able to keep Marky Monk alive, so he will end up falling. It's a 1-for-1. That's a well worth kill, considering that's a mid lane hero. That's a position 2 for a support. Mel's got to be careful though with his positioning here. They're going to get the Hex. Can they get in range for the Shackles? He just dropped a hammer here. Play hard. Gets obliterated now. Mel, he'll be fine. So they lose the tower, but Mel with the Arcane Orb stacks absolutely melts through the Shaman. It was only 4 stacks, but that's enough, I guess, to bring him down here. Might be able to farm up the Serpent Wards. Never mind, they have expired here. Top lane, Rappy getting pretty aggressive here. I mean, they have the healing ward. Rappy's going to be forced to pop the Enrage. JL will rotate in just in time here. And with the kills and potential coming through of the shield, TNC will disengage here. What were the boundary runes looking like? 2 apiece, I believe. Yep, 2 apiece once again. It is a 2k gold net worth lead though for the side of TNC. They got the XP as well. I mean, considering Terrorblade's just been stuck in the jungle. That's interesting. Where is my Hex? Does get the invis room, so he's going to be fine. Where is my items hotkey? I need to find that after. Sorry, chat. Scatterlicious here. He doesn't have this ultimate from Cuckoo. Going to try and chase him down. Pump fakes the Sunder. He will be fine. Meanwhile, pushing in this bot lane. They're going to try and bait here. Cuckoo with the intense to deny, just playing around with the Terrorblade here. Will we see Tip create that tension coming through? I mean, they're already a game down. Hey, the Tip coming through, Cuckoo. Now, this would be big though. Terrorblade coming back with a solo kill. That'd be, that would be tip worthy then. But TNC, they're going to smoke up. Imagine they'll run straight to the bot lane considering it is getting pressured out here. Although they do see Terrorblade mid. Smoke will pop. Sorry, it's Mark instead. Can they get in range for the swap? However, they'll chuck him straight back. The silence is there, so he can't get the grave off him. Time, they'll have enough damage. And a Rappy is going to be careful. The magic missile. They will drop the observer wards here on the backline, though. They're going to try and disengage here. We'll be fine. Looks like Cuckoo. Can he get on top of them, however? We'll get the swap. Abaddon's going to get brought down here instead. So it's 2 dead on the side of Radiant. What have I done with the fog? There we go. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to work out the fog. Armel. They have the drones for the movement speed. Scalacious going to get scouted out as well with the magic missile. It's an illusion. They're going to get the silence there. Do they have the ultimate, however, is going to think about turning, but no mana. The arcane orb stack just bringing down his mana. Armel, even without the ultimate, doesn't matter. I guess if the Terrorblade's low mana, and that's, we often see heroes actually picking up magic wands against people that burn mana. Examples of this is the anti-mage and also that OD as well, because you reduce the intel that you have. I honestly think if he has magic wand there, he's able to get enough mana off and maybe survive with the Sunder. Although I don't, Neon, I don't think they had any teammates in the area. But I mean, it's up to a 4k gold net worth lead now, and they were able to take the tier 2 tower. And meanwhile, Gabby's going to be able to take tier 1 as well. I mean, he's got the healing ward, and this is really big for TNC. There's a lot of map control. So now Roche is going to get even easier for them to take. You do have Metamorphosis though, so it might be hard for TNC to take this. Although if they scout out the DD, I think they just run straight in there. Knowing that there are a few ultis on cooldown. The Serpent Ward, for example. But as of right now, I mean, things are going really good for TNC. Juggernaut, okay, so he's not going for a Maelstrom or even a Mjolnir, which I thought he might against the Terrorblade just because of the illusions. But I guess you have the Outward Devour to deal with the illusions with the Splash and also the ultimate. So he's going to go for the Diffusal Blade. Another way, like we spoke about, I mean, mana burn against heroes that need, you know, mana to survive, like i.e. Thunder, Blink from an anti-mage, you know, Quap Blink, etc. These are big things, and I actually think Terrorblade is going to have to put a magic wand in either the Wraith Band. You got to get rid of one of these, I believe. This Diffusal Blade's not only just for the mana burn to stop the Thunder coming through, but it is very, very good at kiting out the Ursa. They have, like I said early on, the Astral, the Yule Scepter as well, and also the Swap Vengeful Spirit is going to be able to keep someone alive throughout this. So I really do like this pickup as well. And it just means you can send illusions when you run high ground. You just send illusions out to burn some mana from the supports. Mark will be going for the Greaves though. Good at purging off the silence from the Earth Spirit. Some sustain as well. Not many things you can purge off this game. Silence is one, however. It's pretty good considering, but they are going to sit on the high ground here. Rappy's got to be careful with the Observer Board from Dire. They scout him out. Tim's might just find play hard. They drop the Sentry just out of range. However, Armel's going to lead forward here. JL sitting in the trees. They'll get the roll. The silence is there as well. Cuckoo's rotating on the backline. He doesn't have the ultimate. They drop the hammer. Shaman once again obliterated. And then the Astral's just going to control up the Ursa. So the Enrage completely useless. Rappy brought down. And now on the backline as well. Gabby, he's going to try and find JL here. He's got that borrowed time. They'll swap him back and look at the body blocks. Gabby just holding the Abaddon in place. Meanwhile, Armel stacking up these arcane orbs. And the Astral should be able to finish him out here. Mark, don't think he'll be able to keep him alive here. Not enough time, of course, to get the Grave off with the damage coming. That's a triple kill now for the OD. And make that Roshan as well. Believe, who had the DD actually? I just swear I saw a double damage rune. Cuckoo bottled it, that's it. And yeah, easy Roshan for them. I mean, they used Magnetize, so they didn't use Magnetize. They used Swap. and the ultimate from the OD. So even if a fight occurs, you can have the Omni Slash. Brewmaster ulti's about to be up as well. So this is still really good fight to TNC if it actually does get contested. But you see, smoke will come through. Neon just aren't going to get there in time. And this mid ward's still there. I mean, if they scout out here, this could just be full lane of racks here. They do have glyphs, however. They're going to run down. They'll try and find the Juggernaut instead. Oh, we spoke about this though. Like, yeah, they're lacking just a lot of initiation. I mean, Ursa doesn't have a blink yet. And even without a basher, how do you control Gabby? You're really reliant on the Shaman. Who, speaking about it, I mean, can they get in range? He doesn't have Aether yet. Play hard. We'll be able to get the Hex. Can he get in range for the Shackles? And no. Gabby survives, and they're in a horrible spot now. They have a good Observe Ward on the high ground here. AO is going to TP in, and it looks like he'll just die as fast as he TP'd in. And now Gabby, they're going to try and push for more here. Cyclone will chuck out the Ursa here. They're going to get the stun on the Abaddon as well. They're all 4, but they'll get the kick slow. Who are they going to try and initiate forward on? It looks like the Omni Slash on Play Hard. They'll bring him down. The Magnetize as well. Once again, another Cyclone perfectly controlling up this Ursa. The roll forward. Dazzle, they need to bring him down before he gets a grave. He's going to go for the TPR. Can they cancel this, however? And looks like Mark unable to get it out in time, so he will get brought down. Now the Astral play. Rappy is going to go for his own TP. Will be fine. More Arcane Orb sacks, but it looks like there won't be a fight in the near future. A 2 for 1. Pretty good for TNC considering, I mean, you're running up high ground. Avenge is always going to die there. I mean, you led first into the team fight with a ward on the high ground. You're fine with that. You give a lot of vision. They waste some ability, some key ability as well, like Enrage, Survivability, any lockdown that Shaman had as well. But you just see that we saw how poor of an attempt it was to try and find this Juggernaut, like without the lockdown, and play hard without this Aether Lens. You can't start fights, and instead Cuckoo is going to be the one blinking forward. They'll drop the Serpent Wards. We'll be able to run straight through, however. Now Play Hard. Serpent Wards all for naught. He's going to get brought down here. An unstoppable spree for Almo, but looks like they want to try and take the fight here. Rappy has that blink freshly picked up here. They're going to get the reflection slow. Is level 3. But with that Astral, holds Rappy back, and now a buyback. And you don't get anything out of it here. Instead, they're just going to smoke up straight away. I mean, Magnetize is about to be up. You do have Brew Split coming up in 30. Omni Slash is down as well, but with the Aegis, they just want to continuously run at Neon here. They're going to have it for another 2 minutes 30. This is go time for them. Who are they going to be able to find? They still have this lane war that hasn't been dealt with. They'll see the Courier as well. Smoke and Sentry. They're going to get the Astral, play hard on the high ground here on the backline though. Rappy will run forward. They're going to pop the BKB. They'll try and turn their attention to the Shaman. That's all their lockdown. And he will get brought down. The Grave will keep Mark alive, however. But he's going to end up falling as well. Remember, that's a buyback death timer for the Shaman. Another roll forward. Tims is not going to let the rest of Neon get away here. Stun off the Mark. Nice sidestep from the Abaddon here. But Tims, of course, is about to have the slow. Without the stones, however, unable to get in range, is going to kick for Cuckoo, just stack up these Arcanes. And now JL eventually falls. Oh, no, look at the damage. 64 stacks. I mean, he's got no mana because the Equilibrium was on cooldown. But it doesn't matter. It's 3 dead on the side of Neon. Make it a 10k gold net worth lead as well. And here come the voice lines. TNC are feeling pretty confident right now. Not much of it, I mean, I was going to say not much of a gold swing, but it only showed the Abaddon dying there. But we did know it was 3 dead. That's a... Never mind. I won't bring that up. They got the Veil on the Earth Spirit. And there you go. That was all without the Brew Split. And they can still think about walking high ground because you got to remember, I mean, you have the swap save. You have the Astral save instead of if anyone blinks on the Jug. And he's also going to have this Healing Ward as well. It's just so hard for him to actually die. They are not with the Juggernaut. So if Neon do get aggressive here, but it's similar to what we saw first game. No way to start these fights. Mark has got no items as well. Just as poor as the Ursa. And look, 3 out of the 4 net worth is all from TNC cores. And the Jug Brewmaster just right behind the Terrorblade. And that's really good considering Terrorblade is one of the best farming cores. Because you have the illusions, you can farm multiple lanes at once. And Jug, he didn't go for, you know, a Maelstrom or a Battle Fury this game. So him being this close to the Terrorblade is really, really good considering, I mean, look at the last hits. The Sparrow sitting at 235 on the Terrorblade, 173 on the Jug. But of course that is, he's 4-0 on 3 compared to the 2-1 and 0. But Terrorblade, he's got the BKB now finished. Will it be enough though to keep him alive? That is the question. JL just sitting right on top of him here. Armel, Arcane Orb Sacks have expired here. They'll get the Astral. They're going to need the lockdown before he gets a BKB off, and he should be able to get off in time. However, going to go potentially for the TPR, but it is still on cooldown here. TP is going to be coming through. They have the Shrine, and the Bruce Split will get popped here. But now with the BKB, it's about to expire. Now it will pop the Metamorphosis here. It's going to turn it. They get the Hex. Can they blow up this Earth Spirit here? A nice swap, but it looks like the Vengeful Spirit is going to trade his life for it now. Armel taking a bunch of damage. He doesn't have the ultimate. Tim's going to fall as well. So it's 2 dead from TNC. And once again, like last game, Neon taking very good fight around this 24-minute mark. But now they get the Hex. Cuckoo. They'll cancel off the Blink. Shackles is there. It's going to be another kill for them. And meanwhile, Rappy on the backline here. Can he actually get away? They'll just constantly keep the damage. It's a triple kill for the Terrorblade. Very good fight for the side of Neon. They're unable to find the Terrorblade, and that was the BKB timing. That 10-second duration on top of the Shrine as well. With minimal wards, I believe this was placed just at the start of the fight. Very nicely played from Neon. You take a look at a little bit of a swing there. I mean, it was probably about 12k. It's down to 10k now. It's a win pro about 80%. Like we saw last game, I mean, how Neon took this, got 4 kills around the top Shrine. It was around the similar timing as this game. Neon trying to put the pedal on the metal here with Terrorblade getting these items up to the top of the net worth now. And we just didn't see that ultimate come through for Armel. It was still on cooldown when they made the smoke play. But he will be going for the Hex. I really like this pickup. Recognizing if he can blink forward, Hex the Terrorblade, then they might just be able to burst him down with a few Arcane Orb stacks, and then that ultimate. Another thing we spoke about, Gabby will be going for a blink. Really going to prioritize these backliners here, just to save to protect the Terrorblade. We see these often, just teams drafting, saving for a Terrorblade to protect him, allow him to get that Thunder off. Because it means he can go more greedy items, like... I mean, he didn't this game. He went the man to BKB, so I guess that's not the case. But some games it does allow them, if you have multiple saves, for a Terrorblade not to go, you know, like this BKB and go more of a damage route. That's not the case this game, though. They will try and get aggressive. They're going to smoke up Rappy, so hasn't finished anything after the Blink Dagger. We'll be working on the Basher, though, and they really need this to try and burst heroes down on the side of TNC. Armel is showing mid, however, and they have a really good ward on the high ground. I'd like to see Neon actually sit on the high ground and see if TNC want to run into them. Instead, they'll wrap on the backline here. They're going to drop the Serpent Ward to roll forward, and we'll be able to stop the Shackle here. Armel, can he get away? They're going to get swapped to BKB, but he goes an Astral in time. The pause comes through. Oh, no. Just the Astral wasn't there. A good attempt on the swap. But, of course, not max level, so the cast range... not at the 1,000 mark. I mean, Vengeful Spirit may have actually been able to keep this OD alive. He does have buyback. He does have buyback if he wants to join the fight here. But with BKB down, what have they really used on Radiant? I mean, Metamorphosis isn't even up yet. They use Serpent Wards. That's pretty big. And a lot of lockdown from Shaman is down as well. But here we go. AO looks like he's probably going to end up falling straight away afterwards as well. Roll. Tims will be able to escape here. So another good fight coming through from the side of Neon. Unfortunately, actually, Roshan may be up pretty soon here. We're going to see in the next few seconds. They're going to turn that objective, those kills, into a tier 2 tower potentially. Or even maybe high ground, considering they didn't even use Metamorphosis for that. A walk straight up here. They might try and force a buyback coming through from the OD. There's not really good wave clear actually coming out from TNC. How do you hold a high ground push? I don't know if you can. Kuku's going to try and delay this with the blink forward with the BKB as well. The buyback on the OD, they really don't want to give this tier 3 up. BKB from Scatterlicious here is going to go for the TP out. Looks like JL with a borrowed time. Can he get away as well? Do they have a stun? There's no way, or everyone gets away. Okay, they do catch play hard here. At least they're going to get one person. But that is the Shaman support. And the OD bought back for that. That is now, what is it? Bruce split down. BKB, reduced cooldown as well. Now with Roshan being up in a minute, I mean, you're not going to have the Brewmaster ultimate for then. Unluckily, though, Rappy won't have the double damage room for that fight. So, well, at least for the next Roshan. So that's actually really big for Neon, though. Going high ground, forcing the buyback from the OD. You see the swing coming through. It's now a 7k gold net worth lead. They're just still slowly starting to farm up We spoke about how Gabby was keeping up with the Terrorblade, but now he's kind of extending this lead now. He's up to 6-1. He's got 4 kills all of a sudden. And now just being... his illusions are able to tank up a lot easier. It means you can push out these lanes really fast. Blink forward, Gabby will get the Fusel Blade. They're going to purge it off, however. From the Enrage, nicely played. Ursa survives here. Space, though, able to get some deep vision. Roshan's about to be up as well. Got 10 seconds, but look at bot lane. Very well pushed in. Mid as well. Power of the Terrorblade. They're going to walk inside Rosh. Doesn't get scouted out. Instead, Radiant, they're going to push forward as well. Got to be careful because they're still in the area. And Dai actually have another Observe Ward, so JL will get scouted out here. But they instantly de-ward that with the sentry. Sitting in the trees, Cuckoo's going to blink forward. They will find play hard. The Shrine is there. Can he survive? However, looks like they won't be able to get the grave in time. Shrine doesn't keep him alive either. And they're going to back off here. So Omni Slash down. And just with the Dazzle not being there to keep him alive, they didn't have the Greaves in the area as well. That's probably going to be Roshan. Does he want to buy back for it though? BKB on Cuckoo is down. But at least you are about to get the Brew Split. They get the second Observer Ward as well. So now TNC only have this one around the mid lane, but he's going to buy back. And they will force out here Reflection. Good amount of chip damage here, Mark. Can he get in range for any follow-up, however? But looks like now Neon want to try and force the aggression here. They're going to smoke up straight away. The blink forward. Going straight on the backline here. If they find play hard, that's a lot of their lockdown. They're going to roll on the backline here. They still have the Serpent Wards. Rapid tries to find Timson with the blade free. He'll be fine now. The Astral will hold him in place. Going to pop the Metamorphosis here. And they'll be into AO here. And they will find Tims instead. The Enrage brings him down. There's going to be a Bruce from the backline. And will control the Abaddon. So they're not going to get the save coming through and that heal. They're going to turn their attention. BKB from Armel. He still has that ultimate. He's stacking up the Arcane Orbs. They'll be able to blow up the Shaman. Dead once again in the Turboblade. He gets a grave. The Sunder, it's still available. Dyer, they're going to be careful here. The roll forward. Tim's is going to find them here. Another Sunder. It has been used. Cuckoo with the blink. A lot of damage. Jail's going to be careful without the ultimate. But they're going to lose the Earth Spirit once again. Cuckoo's going to go for the TPR. Can he get any time? No. They don't kill him. Cuckoo survives. He just makes it out. But that may just be Roshan. They're going to buy back on the Venge. Who else has it? Looked like the Earth Spirit was forced to buy back that fight. So it's going to be a dieback for him. Gabby's got the blink. There is a ward on the high ground. They saw him there. Will escape, however. Blinks in the river. So no one yet has taken Roche. They're going to go straight back in the Wave of Terror. Thank you for that minus armor. How do you actually take this, though, with all the ultimates on cooldown? Yes, you don't have Metamorphoses, but you can, I believe, force this. Just keep chucking out the Wave of Terror. Yes, it is their only way to scout it out. AO might be in a situation, though. Magic Missile. Rapid just going to keep contesting him here. They will get the swap. Now Gabby, the Fusel Blade, is going to control him up here. The Enrage will purge it off. However, in the meantime, though, Roshan's just getting body key. Vengeful Spirit, another stun. They'll have the healing ward. Will it be enough? However, one more right click and down he goes. But in the meantime, space for the boys inside the pit. Scatterlicious, blink forward. Cuckoo, can he get it? However, he's got the BKB and he's got a statue. Cuckoo, nicely played from him. But he's on top of the rest of the Radiant squad here. Does he have any follow-up though? Gabby on the high ground. Omni Slash still on cooldown. Looks like they bursted down the Ursa instead. He's going to get the shackles. Armel doesn't have the ultimate. The Astral. They're going to try and turn their attention to play hard. They will drop the Serpent Ward. And now that's the OG down. He's dead for 100. They're going to get the Aegis respawn as well. Gabby with that blade through. But Scatterlicious just doesn't care. He's got the cheese, the Sunder as well. Gabby's got to get away here. They got the blink. Can they follow up? He will be fine. Rappy moves pretty fast though. There's actually haste on play hard. They might think about diving him here. But he's got the blade through. Gabby should be fine. Serpent Ward's on cooldown. And they'll go down mid. You see how they're playing this? I mean, not getting the backline. Mark with the saves. JL with the saves as well. Scatterlicious just is not dying. And that is the big thing coming through. They are getting the Sunders and Tims. Can he escape? Has got one more remnant. But they'll be fine here. They pop the Brew Split. Going to try and delay this and deal with the illusions as well with the Dispel. We'll get rid of the minus armor from that bad juju. They're going to Cyclone up the Terrorblade as well. Try and delay this. Of course, constantly keeping out that urn on the Ursa, making it so he can't blink forward. They will be able to get the tier 3 tower, the first of the game. Shrines are now available. They're going to get the Hex. Can they find the Brewmaster? It's a big kill for them. With the Medallion, will the minus armor be enough? However, the nice magic missile is going to wrap in place. OD still not up yet. It's going to be up in 30. They need to get more out of this though, Neon. This is a big timing for them. And it looks like they will. Melee Rack's going to fall. Potentially make it more. The Shackles, Gabby, where's the save? They will have to swap, but it's still the Shackles is going. The Juggernaut, he doesn't have to play for it yet. He's going to be able to get it off and he will be fine. But they are very deep now, Neon. They've got to disengage. We'll be able to get the full lane of racks and get out of here now. But it's a 1k gold net worth lead all of a sudden. The lanes are pushed in though. Bot is taking a beating. And top is about to as well. But all of a sudden, look at the swing. From what, a 5k beforehand. Fight recap doesn't show much just because of how long that fight was going for. And now you will have the experience as well. Around 5k for TNC. What is the win prob at? I actually think Neon's going to take this. How they're playing, I mean, they've turned this game around considerably. Buybacks will start coming up as well. But Terrorblade really getting these item timings. This butterfly is going to stop a lot of the damage coming through. Something, I mean, evasion against an Outworld Devourer is a disaster. OD absolutely hates playing against evasion because a lot of your damage is reliant on actually hitting people and getting the arcane orb stacks, of course, because it's going to buffer your damage the more intel you get, and also it works with Ascendance's Eclipse as well. So having to deal with evasion is a very big issue, and you often don't build MKBs on the OD. You love mobility, survivability as well, and also, you know, control, just because you don't have any of that. Is he going for a Hex? There you go. We're speaking about mobility, survivability, and control as well. All right there. And the Shiva's going to keep him alive as well through the physical damage that Radiant have. Of course, we'll kind of deal with the illusions. But in the meantime, we have a little bit of a break coming through. Neon have definitely brought this one back. I mean, we got the cheese in hands of the Terrorblade. I think the next Roshan is going to be the big timing for both teams. That refresh orb, we saw it last game with the Enigma. Just getting the double black hole off, even though it wasn't the biggest ones, but just the key ultimates being used. Cuckoo's actually going for a Radiance as well. So even the mischance for the Radiant side, and also not to mention stopping some of the blinks coming through. I mean, Play Hard's going for his own. Rappy is the only one as of right now, but they're going to wrap around here. Smoke will get popped. They drop the Observe Ward. Very nice position here. Cuckoo's going to blink on the backline. They'll get the Magic Missile. Abaddon obliterated here. And now they're going to try and turn their attention to Tim's with the bash there. Scatterlicious still beating to all of them though. And the Bruce Split is going to control Cuckoo. Can he get himself away? It looks like they won't be able to deal with all of them. The Hex on the backline. Blade Fury is still up. They're going to have to blink as well. And Melt's another kill for them. And it looks like Neon, they need to try and disengage here. They're slowly getting chipped into here. They're still in the area. They're going to blink forward. They'll drop the Hammer Mark. Gets a BKB off in the grave as well. But Terrorblade is going to be able to find the Vengeful Spirit. Looks like they want to choose to take this fight with the Metamorphosis here. But look at the damage. He still has Thunder, but the silence is there. Armel still mad fighting. It's 4 dead. It's all up to the Terrorblade here with the cheese down. It's going to end up falling. He doesn't get the Sunder off. TNC take the fight. Very nicely played from them. They wrap all the way around with the vision, able to catch the backline. And this is the thing. I mean, if you find the Shaman, where is the lockdown coming through? You get the Shaman, you force Dazzle to use his survivability on himself. It means that the Terrorblade can get controlled and stop from chucking out that Sunder. Just really good prioritization coming through from TNC, focusing the rest of the supports and the key heroes on the side of Radiant. And they're going to be the ones going high ground now. Gabby actually will be going back for the Mjolnir, so we spoke about this earlier, trying to deal with the Terrorblade illusions. It's also very good considering a majority of the damage coming through from Neon is right click. So that active procs coming through will deal a lot of damage throughout these fights. But there you go. TNC, they hit back and they hit back hard. Gold Graph back in their favor. They're going to walk up the high ground as well. Tier 3 falls. Melee racks soon to fall, make it a full lane of racks for them. They're going to try and hold this Terrorblade buyback. And that means TNC, they're going to get as much out of it as they can. They'll force the glyph. They'll probably back out after this. They need to be careful though. With him being back up, but they recognize Neon. How do they actually start the fights? I mean, they got the Hex. He's able to run straight through with those phase boots and the Blade Fury. No way to follow up here. So a full lane of racks and another tier 3. Now shrines are available, and this top shrine is the most important one. Being allowing you to rotate across the map and also around Roshan to defend it or even sneak it as well. But Neon, they want to try and take the fight with the ultimate still on cooldown. I mean, Arcane Orb the only one. They see the mid, however, there's a big kill if they can get Cuckoo. They're going to lead with the Hex. And then Bash is coming through. Armo, he's got to save another roll forward. And we'll connect on the Shaman. They got the Metamorphosis here. Now blink away. Cuckoo, he gets the ultimate off. He's going to be fine here. And now Scatterlicious with the BKB. It's going to expire here. So they can Cyclone him up. They're going to be able to control the Terrorblade instead. They get the Hex. The Omnislash as well with the follow-up of the Grave. It's there. They haven't dealt with the save. They're going to go for the Astral. Will he pop afterwards? They have no save. With the Astral use, and the heal won't be coming through. OD does get bursted down, however. Rappy is going to blink forward. Look at the east, however. Cuckoo's still man fighting though. He will have to heal. Mark, another Grave with that cooldown reduction. And now Gabby, he's just going ham through the team fights. The buybacks will be coming through. Rappy has the Enrage. Will be able to run himself away, so purchase off the slows. Going to try and reinitiate here. Tim's go Scepter on the kick away. But on the side instead, JL, he finds Cuckoo. A lot of buybacks coming through there. A big fight. A 3k gold swing for the side of Neon. I mean, the buyback on both the Venge and the OD. Terrorblade was forced to buy back that fight, however. They're going to try and get more out of this. I mean, with Roshan not up, maybe a fast spawn. Will it though? That is the question.
Radiant are scanning.
This is big as well. Refresher shard. 30 seconds. Unlucky, boys, because your base is taking a beating as well. T4s are about to be under threat with the effigies falling pretty soon here. You definitely, I mean, you got to deal with this. This is your blockers. Stops the tier 4s and... Hey, this is unhealable damage, chat, but once again, we spoke about it last game. 40-minute mark, 2 power runes coming through, and straight away, TNC, they'll pick up a DD. Gabby, what can he find with this? The first 25 of the game, he does go for the health. Gonna stop him from getting bursted down. Interesting that he doesn't want the damage from the Omnislash, and you gotta think Omnislash gives you a little bit of survivability as well, because you are immune. Well, invulnerable, I should say. But of course, the health. If he's, he really just needs to survive one lockdown, one like long hex. I was gonna say one long shackles as well, but Shaman isn't 20 yet either. OD is about to hit his as well. Probably goes for the Arcane Orb instill. That would be my guess, but already see them coming through. What are the buybacks looking like as well? Majority of the cores, they are on cooldown. At least you do have the Jugs has his. They're going to try. I mean, oh, there you go. Roche is down. I was going to say they're going to try and get Roche. They do get Roche. I mean, they take it so fast. Refresher Shard now picked up. Who do they give it to? Looks like Terrorblade's a double BKB, double Metamorphosis as well. Not to mention the Sunder. This is, I mean, I honestly think who got that Refresher Shard potentially wins the game. This is key though. Neon don't pick anyone off, so TNC, can they split push the map? They don't have the best heroes to do that, which is the issue. I mean, Cuckoo can with this Radiance. And of course there's a Manta and... Is he going Mjolnir? Looks like MKB. No, he's going back for the Mjolnir. No, sorry, he has MKB finished. Okay, so he's got MKB finished. So Jug still pushes pretty fast with the Manta Illusions. But let's see, like we spoke about, Neon, lack and lockdown. Can TNC try and split push this Aegis out? Or do they want to take a fight? Neon, if they get caught out as well, they're strongest right now as 5, being all together with the saves. And I love the Ghost Scepter pick up from the Abaddon, recognizing if he can survive the instant burst from the physical damage from the Jug and I guess the right clicks as well. OD, the Arcane Orb is pure, but of course you can't hit through the Ethereal form. So it's actually a very, very good pickup. I wonder if Shaman might even go it himself. Instead, he's going to go for a BKB. We saw this. I think Yapsor may have been one of the first few people to actually go for this BKB on the Shaman. Because once you hit that level 20 talent, getting the, is it 7.5? Yeah, 7.5 max duration shackles with the BKB. I mean, and TNC have no way to deal with this without a bash. I guess you do have the swap. Apologies, you have the swap from the Venge. Of course, goes through magic immunity. But it's going to allow Play Hard to constantly keep the shackles going through. It'll be any more 25s. So none just of yet. But they are playing this very well, TNC, pushing out these waves. It's already been a little while. What do we got? Still 2 minutes 45 left on this Aegis. So almost halfway done. TNC just grouping up together, making sure no one gets picked off here, and anyone that can split push efficiently are. They still have the shrine available though. Do they want to smoke up? They're all grouped up here. Love to see them try and place an observer ward around the river and maybe someone bait a smoke. Looks like Cuckoo is already in the position except without the observer ward. Recognizing that Neon, and they need to start getting aggressive with his ages. That's a free life for you. And instead, I mean, eventually when you can't deal with a split push, you just go down a lane. And you see that they're going bot. Mid and top aren't pushed in. So the Terrorblade's done a very good job at that. They have a good observer ward as well. Who do they want to jump, however? They're going to get the magic missile. They need to blow up JL, however. BKB popped on Almel, but he's stacking up these orb stacks. Very big for them. So even though BKB's down, Armel is 25. They're going to get the Hex as well. The Serpent Ward's on the high ground. It's going to trap them in. With the Metamorphosis, they're going to get the swap. Cuckoo can get the ultimate off. He's going to be fine here. But they will be able to blow up the Vengeful Spirit. The Shackles just to hold him in place for a little while longer. The Omni Slash. And now they will get the Cyclone here. So Terrorblade, he takes no damage from it now. The roll forward. They have the Grave. Abaddon's going to be fine here. Can he heal up through it? And with the shield, they drop the hammer. But Terrorblade, he's still alive. And with the Aegis, they'll be fine. And it looks like the side of Neon, they want to try and take this fight. Remember, Cuckoo is very low after the Bruce split here. They're going to get another Grave. Sunder is out. Mark with the own BKB, but they will be able to blow up, play hard. And now they're just lacking a little bit of damage here. Controlling them through. Ghost Scepter, Tim's will be fine. Gabby's going to think about reinitiating here. Just trying to kite out as much as they can with this Metamorphosis. And looks like Rainy, it's time for them to disengage here. What looked like a crazy good fight for them. Jug just went ham on the backline. And the damage from that ultimate as well from the OD. And you see the damage output. OD 6,600. Just stacking up. Of course, you can't allow him to build these arcane orb stacks. It's really starting to become an issue. Well, we saw like that Serpent. That looked like a perfect fight for them. Yes, Dai had very good vision, but they trapped, like, I believe they trapped two in one of the worst spots to be. You just... I wonder if it came down to Terrorblade just missing on the low ground because of, you know, hitting up high ground, of course. I wonder if that could have been the case coming through. And all, not to mention, I mean, Brewmaster, he's got the Radiance as well for the evasion. But at least Aegis still in the hands of the Terrorblade. Not going to be for longer, though. 5 seconds will expire here. Win probabilities are fluctuating. Quite heavy, though. Another pause. Yikes. That's a yikes from me. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What is going on here, chat? That's not a good sign. I mean, for TNC, I think in an ideal team fight, they need to be blowing. I mean, I'm just messing up my words. They need to be blowing up the Dazzle. We saw that team fight. Marky Mark was able to get 3 Graves off. With this bad juju, I mean, what, he's level 21. The Grave cooldown is 9 seconds, considering it's a 5-second duration as well. So, a 4-second downtime on the Shallow Grave. Absolutely insane. They need to deal with the Dazzle. That is key from them. I'm kind of surprised Brewmaster cycloned up the Terrorblade as well while the Omni Slash was going on. I don't know if it was allow them for the Omni Slash to deal with the supports. They may not have even had enough damage though to blow up the Terrorblade. I don't think they would have with the Omni, but it could have followed up with if they had any more aggression. Because Ursa died very early at the fight. I guess I'm pretty sure the Venge was able to swap him out of position. But they're going to smoke up once again. I mean, so we'll have Refresher Shot. It's in the backpack though. The Terrorblade going to run straight into the Vengeful Spirit here. Drops the wards. We'll be able to get the Magic Missile, but the slows down goes AO. AO. Really don't know how to pronounce his name. Always struggle with that one. He's gonna get the D ward though. One more right click. Ooh. Feels good, man. Get the sentry as well. How much gold does this give? 30 gold. Okay. But in the meantime, you see, look at the space. Cuckoo pushing in mid. Top's gonna get pushed in as well, I imagine. Probably will go to this lane. Any more 25s done? North as of right. Yeah, they are some pretty big timings considering Terrorblade. He goes for the 35 Sunder cooldown or the attack range. Probably Sunder cooldown, honestly. But it would be very good at kiting out the Juggernaut here with the attack range and the Scardy slow. This will be interesting to see what he goes for. He's still a bit away. Do they have a tome, actually? What's on the choreo? Nothing as of yet. Well, it'd be interesting to see who they gives the tome to. I mean, it's going to be in about 2 minutes 30, so he should be able to hit the max level by then. Any new items coming through as well? I mean, Rappy, so poor. Look at the net worth, though. Like, constantly throughout this game, TNC have kept all 3 callers in that, you know, 4th position. Sorry, in the top 4, I should say. And they're really showing, man. I mean, Cuckoo's having a pretty good game on this Brewmaster. Somehow he's staying alive throughout all this. Spling forward. They will have that ultimate coming through. JL is going to be fine. Rappy taking a bunch of damage as well. With the BKB enraged. He escapes. So a lot of aggression over these power runes. And that's what you're going to see. A lot of emphasis on observe wards around the river as well. You already see this dire side. They will smoke up. A little bit of arcane orb stacks. I mean, only 4. So only 1 attack, I suppose. But BKB down. And Rage is about to come back up as well. But the lanes are looking pretty good. I mean, bot's about to get pushed in. Mid is in as well. Top's just an issue, though, because they have lost their range racks. But it's still a 10k net worth lead for the side of TNC. Smoke will pop, however. JL just trying to body here, get as much vision down as he can. And they'll force TNC back. So a little like the first game. I mean, it's definitely closer than the first. But the duration, it's expanding out here. I mean, we're already 49 minutes into the game. And there you go. Terrorblade just hit 25 here. What does he want to go for? That is the question. I'm really intrigued, actually. Cuckoo. Reflection. Stops a blink. They're going to get the Hex as well. They drop the wards. Metamorphosis is going to come out. So here, they will be able to bring him down. Didn't pop a point in that 25 talent. Yeah, I'm still making an eye. Rappy, can he find the Vengeful Spirit here? So it looks like everyone will TP up. So they find Cuckoo here. Metamorphosis is popped, however. He might keep it for the... a team fight, I guess. He's going to have the Lincolns finished. How much is buyback? 90... So he should have enough. Actually, no. He's about to have enough, though. For the Lincolns and buyback. That is going to be key for them. But, of course, Brewmaster does as well. Roshan is up. Another refresher shot. They still have it on the Terrorblade. I wonder if it'd be better if Shaman goes like an Ags this game and tries the Rat. Because, I mean, TNC, the supports don't really deal with Megas. You are going to a Jug with a Mjolnir, though. That would be pretty hard. How did Neon want to start the fights? I think Brewmaster's key, just because, they did, like we saw mid, they're going to try and focus the Brew, just because being able to dispel off the bad Juju, and also deal with the Terrorblade illusions is absolutely massive throughout these team fights, because that is a lot of his damage. Not to mention, I mean, being able to just control someone as well with the Cyclone. I really think that's their focus. Being able to either one person, probably Ursa, goes for the Vengeful Spirits to stop the swap, and then another person goes for that Brewmaster. There, once again, they're going to be able to take Roshan very fast here. Just so much minus armor coming through. Another refresher shard, cheese, and ages in the hands of Neon. Still have to worry about bot though. It's been a pretty big issue for a long time now. So Rappy, he's got both cheeses, play hard, gets the other refresher shot, and I'm going to imagine Scatterlicious indeed. He does have this Aegis. What does he swap out for the Lincolns though? I guess the Aegis slot is where you put the Lincolns, because you move pretty fast with the butterfly. He hasn't picked up a 25 talent yet. I guess he's really waiting for these team fights if he thinks he needs the Sunder coming through. But that's just a little bit of extra micro then. They are pro players for a reason though, I guess. So, and Brew's actually going for the Octarine, so he went for the Primal Split cooldown. It is down to 20 seconds. Octarine probably going to knock it down to, what's 40%? Octarine? And knock it down a good amount. That'd be good. Probably about, down to about 16 second cooldown. But in the meantime, they're just going to continuously farm up here. I mean, this game has not been a whole lot of action for a while now. Both teams just trying to find the right pick off here. And you see as the game, starts getting around the 40-minute mark, and as the game, gradually goes later and later, both teams always stay as 5. There's just You can't risk someone getting caught out. You see everyone farms as 5, and that just means that the levels coming out is slower and slower. I mean, we're still starting to see a few more 25s coming through. But still these, the Dazzle and the Shaman is pretty far behind. But this is the power, of course, going for that Bruce split cooldown, and also the Octarine next. Cuckoo's just going to be able to push out the wave with, of course, he's got the Radiance, and also now this, how the Fire Panda gets the permanent immolation, of course, the damage per second in the AoE. It's just so good, man. Such a crazy good ability. I'm trying to look at this actually. Oh, it's duration 20. I saw the 20 duration, chat. Sorry. That's the first, like, it's right next to the cooldown. My bad. I know they changed it because that's what it used to be beforehand. I was saying, like, hang on, something's not adding up here. That Bruce split's a lot longer cooldown than 20 seconds, but I see it now. I see it. There we go. But still, Neon don't feel in a position to be able to push out the map with this Aegis Cheese double refresher shot. I mean, 8k gold net worth lead for the side of TNC. I even think the win probability is in their favor as well, even considering, I mean, all these additional bonuses that the side of Neon have here. What does Rappy got? He's going for Abyssal Blade, so he's going to try and lock someone down. If he can, like we said, probably going to try and jump the Venge. Any bashes coming through. Gabby will be fine. He's got the blink up. Duke's out to that east. Cuckoo's going to join them, however, with a Bruce split. In case any more aggression comes, Wave of Terror just to scout up, but they'll be fine. They're really playing this game on the back foot, though, TNC, all of a sudden. And I'm surprised considering how much less lockdown that Neon have. They might just blink on the high ground straight away. They drop the Observer. Will get scouted out, however. With the Bruce split about to expire, they're not going to have it for a while. Gabby will be able to clear that Observer ward. Looks like they're just going to walk down mid. Of course, a full lane of racks down already. They might be able to get this melee racks before they're actually in a position to defend it, because the side of TNC have to go all the way around. Actually, they're just going tier forwards. They're trying to end this game with Metamorphosis, the double serpent wards as well. They're going to blink on the backline. Ayo, he's going to be careful here. They'll get the Hex. Scatterlicious is going to be fine here. The Glyph keeps the towers. Okay, Tim's with the roll. It won't stun up anyone through the BKB. They have the shackles as well. Earthspirit's going to fall. But on the backline here, Ursa's going to be careful here with the Rage. They're going to get the Omnislash as well. Rappy's falling pretty low, and he will end up falling here. So he can't pop that second cheese, of course, with that cooldown. And now JL, the borrow time is still down. Terrorblade getting dealt with here. The Orchid is there, but they have the Aegis. Another refresher shot here. The buybacks are coming through. Play hard with the BKB. The Hex is there, and they're going to get the actual save. The Shackles will be cancelled out there. And in the meantime, in Terrorblade, instead of clicking heroes, just clicking the buildings now. Armel, the Arcane Orb stacks. He's got the ultimate. The hammer gets shot. It's a double kill for him. He's going to turn his attention to the grave. It's going to keep him alive. They still haven't dealt with the Dazzle. They need to. It's going to get the Sunder off. They'll Cyclone up, and the Astral keeps him alive. Can he escape though? The Blink's available. He's got the Reflection on top of him, that illusion. But he will be able to survive here. Now Scatterlicious, he's got to be careful. He's got the Refresher shot. Another Your Scepter coming through. Rappy's going to be able to reach on the 5 here. The Radiant base, it is in shambles here. They're beating to the tier 4. Terrorblade's got to be careful here. They're going to get the Hex. Aegis, it's been cancelled out now. Can they burst him down? He's going to refresh the shot. Grave as well. It's going to turn their attention now. Rappy needs to deal with Armel, and the bash is there. Gabby's got to be careful here. Cuckoo, slow it. And the BKB, they'll be fine. But in the meantime, those Scatterlicious is not done just yet. Armel, Astral keeps him alive here. Just beating to the tier 4. One more right click will bring it down. It's giving them a bunch of armor here. One more time. Cuckoo has got that Bruce split in the end. He might actually end up falling here. Rappy beating into them. Bruce split's down. And that means Cuckoo's dead. Make it Gabby as well. He will have buyback. Tim's got to be careful though. And it looks like Neon, do they want to stay? Metamorphosis, half duration, blink 4, they're going to get the Hex straight away with the BKB, it's on cooldown, and that's going to be OD down. Gabby's going to blink 4, but he doesn't have the ultimate, and he'll end up falling as well. So Neon, can they do this? I'm just going to keep focusing the Ancient here. JL, it's going to be careful here. Armel, 12 Arcane Orb stacks, they'll drop the Serpent once as well. Sunder's going to come through once again, but that'll be the Ancient falling. GG's come out, so Neon, they're going to force a game 3 out of this. Insane plays from them coming through. Once again, a big team fight around this 25-minute mark. Like game 1, they weren't able to capitalize on that advantage. But we saw they were sick of waiting. They wanted to end this game, and they did. The Refresher Shard with those Serpent Wards. Metamorphoses as well. Neon will even up the series here. Did they have Ags on the Shaman? No, they didn't. Wow, what a game. What an ending. Neon just said enough is enough. Time to end this. 18-4 Armel. I wonder if he had enough gold to buy Refresher Orb at the end. That would have been interesting. Oh, jeez. Look at this. Oh my god. Look at the swing. Wow. Well, with that being said, chat, game 2 in the books. I do appreciate everyone watching. Thank you very much. It's been a hype series. We're going to have a game 3, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to a little bit of a break. Stay tuned, guys. Game 3 will just be around the corner. Thank you all for watching.